the U.S. Supreme Court will begin hearing arguments for one of the most important school prayer cases in more than a decade. The case involves a public high school football coach in Washington state and whether he can pray on the field after games. In 2015, Coach Joseph Kennedy was placed on administrative leave for defying the school board's order to stop praying on the field. He filed a lawsuit alleging the school violated his First Amendment right to freedom of speech and religious expression. So CBS News chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford is joining us now from just outside the Supreme Court to talk more about the story. I find this case really fascinating, Dan. Like, first off, I think that most people would believe that this is an issue that has already been put to bed and decided on by the Supreme Court. But it's a really curious dissection of, like, the personal expression of faith versus the public. You know, here's a guy who, you know, stopped, as I understand it, you can give me the details if I got it wrong, but had been praying in the locker room with his team, stopped doing that, and would just go and pray at the end of a game by himself. But then it became bigger than that, and you know, and he participated in making it a much bigger issue. So can you just tell us a little bit more about this case?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it is one of the, I totally agree. It's one of these cases where you think, oh, that sounds so reasonable. And then you hear the other side and you think, well, wait a minute, that sounds reasonable too. It's a really difficult issue because what we're talking about is, you know, when you think about the First Amendment, it prohibits the government from establishing or endorsing a religion. That's so it will not, you know, that guarantees religious freedoms for everyone. But it also says the government can't restrict people from expressing their religion and participating in their religious beliefs. So that would seem like that would favor Coach Kennedy. So it's a tough case for the court, and it's one of the biggest ones that they're going to hear certainly this term. And you're right, it started a long time ago, you know, many years ago, like back in 2008, he just would take a knee on the field after a game and say a prayer. He said that was his covenant with God to do that. But then students noticed and they asked him, what are you doing? You know, and he said, I'm saying a prayer, and they started to join him. He says he didn't ask them to join him. He said, I just said, free country, do whatever you want. It was almost like a little short speech, and then he said a general prayer, just giving God the glory, basically, not using in Jesus' name or anything like that. Some parents, though, complained after it became this huge huddle where even the opposing teams would join after the game, and you've seen the pictures where they're all surrounded at, you know, the 50-yard line, and that's when it became a big legal issue. He stopped for a while. Said he would just go off on his own, but then he thought, why? I should be able to pray in public. I'm not telling anybody they have to do it. But the school district said that could look like it was endorsing religion, and that is the issue before the court today. It's a tough one.
Yeah, and you know, he said, I wasn't telling anyone to do it, which is true, except you're the coach of a football team. And so, you know, perhaps the players look up to you, or perhaps they want to win your favor. You actually spoke to him. Can you tell us a little bit more about that conversation?
Sure, he says, I didn't pressure anyone. I didn't tell anyone they could or couldn't join. I've had people who said, look, we're not comfortable praying, and they ended up being, both of them being captains of the football team, so that he named them that. So, you know, he says, I didn't pressure anyone, but the school district and lawyers for the school district say, look, kids look up to coaches. You know, they're almost in awe of them, and they don't want to let them down. They want to please them. They want to play. So any kind of, even just like, this is what we're supposed to do, or this is what I do, they're going to try to follow them. He says he didn't, but it's that implicit pressure that the school district was worried about, and it was worried about litigation from parents who had complained. So again, a difficult case, but one that I think this court, with these new conservative justices, is really open to kind of reworking some of the rules on school prayer in public schools. In recent years, they have signaled they think that pendulum has gone too far against prayer and religion, and almost amounts to, quote, hostility, as some have said, in the public square. So this case could set some important new rules for prayer in public schools and other expressions of religious faith in the public sphere.
Fascinating stuff. Jan Crawford, thank you so much.